So when you go to lift the cab, all you gotta do is turn that about a third of a turn, and then that whole harness will come out and sit on the firewall. Same.
A little more room than the FJ, or about the same?
It's about the same, really. Actually, as far as actual room in the dash to work with, it's a little closer to the Nugget, so.
Oh wow.
Interesting. So now that we got that wrapped up about as far as we can go, we're gonna push this engine harness back through, pull it out, and we get a couple of wires to relocate on that. And I think the engine harness will be about as far as we can get it.
But ready for a cup of coffee. You want anything? Want soda?
No, I think.
I just lost the nut. I don't know what it is.
Hate it when you lose a nut.
You have to go dig in my wife's purse.
Good grief.
Pretty productive day. Matt went on a recovery, so it got really quiet in here. Thanks, Matt. We like quiet. Dusty and I got a ton done. We got the main cables run up to where the batteries are going to be. 4-aught might be a little overkill, but whatever. And Dusty's getting all the wires pulled for the controls for the winches so they can all be controlled from the cab.
It just got switched to Golden Corral.
Wow,
Yes.
Okay. So family dinner then.
Does a family meal mark an escalation in your relationship?
Okay, got those cables dropped through the floor there. They go kind of across the top of the fuel tank a little bit and then down. And we have this great big bus bar right here. I guess that'd be what we call it. Load center, bus bar, junction block. Pick your word. Power it up. We got 2 separate bus bars so we can hook all our grounds to one and all of our powers to another. That should help keep us from stacking too many cables on these studs and spread that load out. There'll be 7 winches, power to the alternator, power to the fuse box inside the truck, power to the switch panel that runs all the lights. So there's a lot of load on this thing. Oh yeah, and we got rear steer. So yeah, gonna be a lot.
I'm missing. Oh, you found the 9/16. Nice.
I got you, man.
Right.
Do you have a standard color coding system you guys use, or
Mostly GM.
just kind of follow GM's pattern? That's the most universal.
That's the most universal. And that's what most of your wiring harnesses are that you buy from,
Yeah.
from American Auto Wire, Painless, or whoever. They pretty much use
GM seems like they kept it pretty consistent for a long, long time. So.
Yeah, pretty much clear to current. I mean.
Yeah.
We got the harnesses built for. This will be the harness that goes to the back of the rig. So we got all kinds of stuff there for air compressors and lights and everything else. This is the lighting harness that goes to the front. So, and then on the other side we have the harness that does all of the controls for the rear winches and the rear steer, the fuel pump, and everything is all right here. This is the front harness for the front winch, the pressure switch for the AC, and the wires for the electric cooling fan on the front radiator. Tomorrow we'll get the cab back off so we can run these harnesses across the frame. There's absolutely no room to gain access to the top of the rails. We get this all ran, zip tied to the frame, run a couple of battery cables, But once Matt gets his dash laid out, gets the console figured out, then we can wrap up a lot more wiring on the interior. But for now, pretty happy with our progress.
These have got to be the heaviest batteries I've ever had.
That's good. Need lots of lead.
Do you have a preference on the polarity orientation here?
The posts are right in the middle of the battery, so they can
I
go.
don't think it's gonna matter. Okay. Go positive back on these.
Morning, Ed.
Like your hard out again.
Yeah.
Smell of cutting oil in the morning.
This is not gear oil anyway. Yeah. Man, I shouldn't have threw the instructions away on this truck. That was a huge mistake.
Yeah, it was. Instructions, I've got the internet to tell you how to do it.
I guess I could just ask the internet. You're right. Didn't think of that.
I'll show you.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, will tell you. Okay, we got the harness routed down this side as far as we can go. We need to get some more tabs welded to the top of the frame. Get the finish running this harness to the back of the frame. But it's all wrapped up, ready to go. So we can do that on our next visit. So the big red wires will be for the air compressors that will go in this compartment right there. Dusty's over here, blazing away. All the wires for the winch controls, so they don't really need to be leaned up. Hidden in there that is in some braiding is the wires to the fuel pump.
Fuel line comes down, the return, send the return, going between that hole in the tank and across the bottom of here, and then up here.
Okay.
Just so you know.
All right.
There's a fuel filter mount behind that winch. That's where Trevor put it.
You put a mirror down here so when you peek at it, you see yourself looking in.
Think of the idiot that is looking for the easy way to do it.
Oh, it's me. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem, it's me.
So I was right.
I knew it.
I like how I'm putting a wrench on a thing that says,
Yeah.
do not remove, do not. It's like, yeah. Do not remove. Okay.
Here goes.
Back
Yeah.
here.
All right, we're doing a little arts and crafts here at chadsfab. Coming up with a template for where we're gonna mount relays and fuse blocks. And we can just take that home and build whatever we need. Yeah. Cool. This will be our mounting bracket to put these guys. We're gonna have 2 of those, so one there and then one right below it, and then we have a different box for the rear steer that will just fit in that same spot. So we'll build that. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So these 2 holes right here, this farther forward hole there, and that hole there will take this. I've got a 29 pin Deutsch connector to go there, so this will be the outer part. So when you go to lift the cab, all you got to do is turn that about a third of a turn, and then that whole harness will come out and sit on the firewall. Same thing on that side, and those harnesses will be these ones right there.
Okay.
And then on the engine harness, we didn't want to put those on those big bulkhead connectors, so we made this really easy to remove from the cab. So this is the connectors that go to the computer.
Okay. So they'll just pull out that.
They'll just pull out this bigger hole. There'll be another probably a 14 pin connector right next to it that goes over to the harness for the dash, so that'll unplug, and then this whole thing will just come out nice and clean.
Perfect.
There'll also be a relay panel right here, so we're just going to use these 2 and these 2 holes. So you just have to unbolt that, and that will all stay together, and then that will just fall on the engine harness as well. So probably 3 minutes, and you should have everything unbolted and sitting down on the engine. Perfect. And then everything on the interior, we just got it poked out of the various holes in the dashes. We didn't get too carried away with any of that until you get your gauges figured out. And
I need to talk to you about that to see, because wasn't there something you wanted me to try?
There's Speed Hut does some custom gauges, so he can even make you something for you. So,
Okay.
my last build that I did, we had the owner of that one had them build some stuff for him. So,
Gauges for the record.
and then the rest of the stuff we'll just have to lay out in the console. There's a huge harness that's going to go into the console. So,
Yeah.
are you going to do like a full console that goes up to the dash too? Oh, good. Okay,
Yeah.
then we should have enough stuff, because then we can mount stuff onto the
On-
here.
Yeah.
So on the other side, of course, but that
Right.
would be good. So that'll free up, make a lot of room for these components and be easy access, just pulling the side panel off the
I
console.
need to get some good firewall insulation and
yeah,
putting
seal
all them
that out.
panels. Yeah.
Yeah. So we need some more tabs welded on the top of the frame
Okay.
to run our zip ties. So we're good, I think, on this side. Except for maybe. Oh, I just took them back right there.
Okay.
Just a tab there and a tab here.
Okay. What's coming up this side besides power steering cooling?
That'll be, I've got the front harness for all the lights.
Okay.
So there's gonna be harnesses running down both frame rails.
Okay, there's plenty of room for everything in that triangle, so.
Yeah, there is,
So I'll just put
Yeah.
a few tabs there.
And then same thing with, from here, from the motor mount forward, there isn't any. I just roughly marked them. What you've been doing is perfect. And then the same thing at the back part of the frame. Pretty easy. Yeah, so not much. So next visit, I figure probably another 3 days, and we could have a lot of stuff working on here and have pretty basically all the circuits in the cab hop too. So. Well, Dusty's loading everything up in the truck. Such a good brother to clean up after his big brother. But as you can tell, that's pretty much it for this round. Remember, don't nag yourself with thoughts of failure. Do things the best you can in the best way you know how. Thanks for watching.